Alright guys, so today I want to talk a little bit about private transactions of handguns to people under the age of 21. Now, I know it's a very specific topic, but I think it's an important one. At least it is to me. And I think it's one that we all need to think about because to me it is a gun rights issue. It's not the most important gun rights issue out there, but it is a gun rights issue. And not only is it an issue of gun rights, but it's an issue of how we view gun rights in this country and the things we've allowed to shape our idea of what gun rights are in this country. Now, I certainly have my own opinions, which I will more than gladly give you in this video. But first I want to kind of get to how I came to this conversation. Basically, I found myself in unfortunately, a familiar conversation I've had before with other people on YouTube, in forums, different places. And this was on a Facebook page, one that I frequent often. It's essentially an online gun trader. And the situation was essentially people were coming onto this online Facebook page for trading guns and selling guns, and people would come on and say, "Oh, I'm 18, ready to buy a gun. Anybody selling a Glock?" "Oh, I'm 19, I'm 20, I got my rifle, got my shotgun. Anybody selling a handgun?" And the other people in this group were just tearing these people up, just ragging on them, cussing at them, calling them names, calling them criminals, saying things like, "Well, if you can't wait till you're 21 to buy a gun, then you're just going to go and rob a convenience store, so nobody here is going to sell you one." I mean, just really treating these people bad. Now, this is a horrible thing to do to somebody who is more than likely a very new gun owner, okay? They probably haven't been around guns for a long time. They probably haven't been around gun owners for a long time, okay? And it's a horrible way to introduce them into the gun culture. It's a horrible thing to do, okay? Shaming these people into leaving the Facebook page. So that right off the bat I have a problem with. But my personal opinion on it is, the law says that if you're 18 years of age or older, you can own and buy a handgun. Period. That's what federal law, and in Texas, state law says. Now, I don't have a problem selling a handgun to somebody who's under the age of 21. As long as I have no reason to believe they're a criminal or a part of a gang or going to commit any crime with the handgun, basically the same way I would feel about anybody who I was selling a gun to, right? Now, there are things you can do if you want to protect yourself legally, have a bill of sale ready, but that doesn't apply to age. So what is it about 21 or older or under 21 that is this magical number that has people thinking that somehow we as gun owners need to self-restrict gun ownership within our own community when we're supposed to be pro-gun? Well, basically it comes down to the 1968 Federal Gun Control Act and the way that this age limit, which was a form of control, it's not about crime, it's about controlling guns in the population, was basically put into play. They knew they couldn't restrict gun ownership over the age of 18, so they said, we'll just restrict gun dealers, and it's a form of control. But remember, it's a restriction for gun dealers, not for citizens. We are still free to own and buy handguns at the age of 18, period. That's part of our basic human, God-given, Second Amendment protected rights in this country. So why are so many people who are pro-gun going around and self-restricting to a large portion of the gun-owning community? People between the ages of 18 and 21 make up a large portion of people who want to own guns, who want to buy guns, who want to be a part of the pro-gun community. Why are we doing this to each other? Again, we're going back to the 1968 Gun Control Act and the fact that this magic number has just kind of been slowly inundated into society to the point that even people who are pro-gun see this magic number in their head as some thing that makes a difference. But honestly, what's the difference between somebody who's 20 and 21 when it comes to owning a handgun? Why is it so horrible that somebody who's 21 doesn't want to wait another 9, 10, 12 months to buy a handgun? What's so horrible about that? Why does that make them a criminal? The shorter answer is it doesn't. And treating them as such is an idiotic thing to do. Point blank. If you're one of these people who self-restricts within the gun community, who will not sell a handgun to somebody who's under 21, for no other reason than the fact that they're under 21, basically, you're doing the anti-gunner's job for them.